So today, back to it on the brake shoes on the front, which in the last video successfully got them back on at least. And yes, should probably change those cylinders. And yes, need to bleed the whole system and put new brake fluid in there. But for now, I'm going to whack the drums and the wheels back on, see how it do, because I've got to turn the car around anyway to jack them back up, and just see how many of the problems are solved purely by the shoes, and if there is actually anything wrong with the hydraulics themselves, like maybe it doesn't need bleeding and all that is fine. I doubt it, but you know, we hold hope. So that's today's plan. Get it rolling again. And just like that, the weather is fixed, so it's going to be a nice day for it. It's been 5 minutes since the last bloody video I did. So there you go, weather's perfect for brake shoeing. Let's go. All right, we're back on it, and it's before lunchtime, I believe, so that's pretty bloody good going. Look at the sunshine. We have hours today, hours, which I don't really need, hopefully, because I haven't actually got the rear brake pads to do yet. So it's going to bosh the drums back on, get it all lined up and seated, well as suggested by, can't remember the guy in the comments, but thank you very much for your help so far. Really nice. Yeah, we're going to get that all sorted, see how nice they feel, turn the car around, jack the back up, ready for step 7 or whatever this is. But yeah, look at that daylight, ain't that different? Anyway, we're going to put the drum back on, which I've cleaned all kind of as nice as I can really, but yeah, it's still not great. Probably should buy a new set, which probably will at some point. Budget kind of is a concern, but yeah, everything's clean, back on, screws are back out, so everything's ready to go, back on now. So the first thing we want to check is the adjusters are set to the minimum setting, so we can get the shoe on for show, because if it's all the way out, obviously we won't be able to get that on, so let's just make sure now. Today's flathead guest screwdriver is a bracket for a drawer, some kind of shelf, not too sure, but here we go. Oh boy, so let's just nip that, so it does go that way, it doesn't go that way, sweet. Minimum, lefty loosey. Minimum, absolutely beautiful. Right, drum on. So there you go, that's back on, and we're just going to tighten those little Phillipsy boys back up. Now, just bear in mind that this can do the dirty on you, because there's a few more holes around here, and you can land this in a configuration where you don't have anywhere to put your screw through. So bear that in mind, that it can do what you'd expect something like this to do to you, and that is do you over good and proper. So yeah, just check before you, I mean, obviously you won't be able to put the screw in, so there you go. Now this little hole is the one that's going to allow us to see those adjusters inside, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see it per se, but I am going to need a flathead now, aren't I? So I'm going to have to go in the house and have a look around, because I don't think I've got any tools to bodge my way through this. So welcome, you're seeing it live, the struggle of just being a person. If the toolbox do not provide the glove box of the camper van just round there. Sure will, so that's cool. This is a fancy boy, isn't it? It's one of those that you get with your car, is it? When you got both. Very good indeed. Oh, go on camera, have a little go at focusing. Fucking hell. iPhone 13, ooh. Right, so we're going flatty. And actually what I want to do is, what is he thinking? I need to read that YouTube comment and just check the order of service now. So BRB, and then I'll mention the guy and we can all be friends. Right then, you can do it with me. So here's the comment on the Morris Minor amateur attempts brake shoes video, right? And this is the Barley Mow. At the Barley Mow, we've all got handles now, so get in touch. So yeah, here we go. Once both drums are back on, fully applying the brakes will help centralise the shoes. You can then set each adjuster to lock and then back off 1 or 2 clicks, testing with the brake pedal on a regular basis. Your technique so far has been different but successful. Well done. Thank you very much, sir. Nice one. So yeah, once both drums are back on, fully applying the brakes will centralise the shoes. Then you can set each adjuster to lock, then back them off 1 or 2 clicks. So let's go and do that. Boom, boom. Cheers, mate. Now then, I've probably got to Google this one because why guess? But my thoughts, just so you know where I'm at, there has been a servo added onto this brake system on here. And as far as I'm aware, the pressure for the servo comes from pressure from the engine. So, do I need the engine running to do this? Or just applying the brakes without the servo power? Is there any point? Gonna Google it, BRB. It's a bizarre one, actually. I mean, I've just read up on it, and it looks like if you were going to bleed the system, you'd want the engine running so it expels all the pressure that it would under normal circumstances. So to do this, I'm going to guess the same, but I do feel a bit bizarre about starting the engine whilst it's on axle stands. And that's just an anxiety thing, no doubt. I mean, even getting in to pump the brake pedal isn't on my favourite to-do list today, but we're going to do that anyway. But yeah. Maybe I'll have to start the engine, I don't know. But we'll see if this does anything. We'll see how shite the pedal is or isn't. See, that's barely returning, really. Slowly. Okay. So now there's like pressure in there. Now I'd say that was fully applied. It is coming back. So let's say that's that. Right, Jesus. So, now we can fully apply. Oh gosh, where are you? Hello? That's all the way up. Oh, come on now. Come on now. So yeah, that's tougher than it should be, so that's good news, isn't it? So now we back it off. A couple of clicks. Testing brakes regularly in between, so yeah, we'll test them again after this. 2. Yeah, that does seem better, doesn't it? So, we'll apply the brakes again. Really appreciate that little nugget of information, fella. Really cool, the barley mow. Fully applied, coming off, that's returning quite nicely. Fully applied, coming off, and closing the door. Right, how's this looking? Now you can see it's pulled the drum in further than when I tightened it up in the first place. So yes, things have moved and seated and readjusted, and that's good news, isn't it? And now he's lost the screwdriver. There we go. This is how real life I want this video to be. All the frustrations. So, first of all, come on, mate. He's got both. Spinning around my optional screwdriver. Now that can go right in. There you go. Big difference. This one too? Yeah. Lots more on that. So there we go. Bit better seated now. Jesus. My God. So now, what, should we do the same again? Oh, that seems all right, doesn't it? But how am I going to test it? How am I going to test it? Right, how about you watch the video? This isn't going to work. But you can see a little bit of movement in the wheel, like very minutely. With my human eyes, I don't know if you can, but I think that's okay. I wouldn't say it was a dragging noise. Yeah, very slight. So do you slack that off with a little bit of drag? Is that the crack? Or would that be too much? Oh, it's worked itself away. Cool, so let's go and do the other one. I'm happy with that. Look at this. Lots of drum movement. So yeah, we keep going until this behaviour ends. Ooh. Right, now apply the brakes again. We're doing it live. Right, where are you, boyo? That's on, that's off, that's on, that's off. Seems to be just working its way off every time. Right, okay. And any much movement on this? No, it looks like we've come to an end there, so awesome. Right, next wheel. So I made a little start on this one yesterday, so these are already tight, things are seated. It's not as freewheeling as the other one, so we're gonna back things off because I don't actually know if I did minimize the settings on this yesterday. I'm gonna need the flash. Why isn't it flashing for me? Right. Yeah, that wasn't on minimum, so that's cool. So we'll get them both to minimum, and then we'll go all the way. Right, that was the minimum, so all the way up. All the way up. I'm going to roll it back free. Okay, and then we'll fully apply. We're already moving lovely, that. How are you doing, mate? You still alright? There you go, I mean, that's all the drag gone. Okay, we're going to go for that. So the wheels are back on, not tightened up yet, just on enough. And now it's time to drop the car back off the stands. So that's cool. And then we can tighten up the wheels properly. And there's a little tip for that coming up, which I saw on YouTube a few days ago, and I was quite happy with it. It was a nice one. So yeah, let's drop this bad boy down. No, it might just be me, but you can actually see how much the wheels are a bit on the wonk because they aren't tightened up correctly. So we're going to carry on with that now and just get it done. So here we go. Can I get you up there? Would that be all right? That's fine, isn't it? Right, so we're going to go top, bottom, left, right until it's just tight enough. It's not. Bottom. All right. Right, so wheels are back on. Success. Just check if they're looking a bit nicer. Not really, but we'll go for it. That misleading line of the car, but yeah, we'll see if it straightens out as we pull out. Hopefully. But there you go. Hubcaps back on. I imagine we're just going to bosh them back on with our hand. We got them. Now, I can only say, street cred wise, put your worst hub on the driver's side, because the people on the curb ain't going to see that shit. So I think, I'm going to try and put you down, see if you get me. How's that? There, onto there. And just go, pop. Lovely. Oh no. Upside down. I'm going to speed round this one with the nicer undented one for the curbs. We on? Happy days. That one feels a bit more secure than the other one. Right then, so all that's left to do is to risk everything. Clear the floor for shops and all that, obviously. And then I actually want to turn the car around so I can crack on with the rear in the week. So wish me luck. I will get this on film just for the insurance. So I suppose it's only fair and right that we get the cold start from 4 days with our nose up, which isn't ideal, I guess. I mean, I'm not a car doctor, but yeah, I imagine that's not good for anyone. Chokey. Fuel pumps are going. Right, here we go. Oh, it's bloody great. They had it down, didn't they, in the early 20th century, man. I quite like that car. That was all right, but things got a bit too round. I'm just not a fan. This is brilliant. Bloody brilliant. The electric's still working. Yeah, man, fair play. All right then, let's shift this out. I don't know what you can see, but this is the first drive with the new drums, or the new drum shoes. We'll see how we get on just stopping, pulling out of the garage. We're not seized up, that's good. Feels like we've got brakes, mate. Woo! Okay. Thing we do is head for a wall. Bloody hell. That's a big improvement already. Brakes are shitter on reverse. Well. This is straight after that cold start. I didn't waste any time in between that video and getting moving. This is just fired up and started going. And this is how the wars were won. Lovely. Bloody hell. Sorry, I'm just jimmying it about, just testing the brakes on all kinds of surface levels and textures. It all seems great. Bloody hell. Yeah, that's a marked improvement. A marked improvement, but we'll see how everything's looking. We'll check the brake fluid too and just make sure that's still happy. Because if that's gone down, that's a good clue. Let's just check the fucking garage for fuel leaks and brake leaks and stuff. Nothing obvious. I mean, this is all rain, don't worry about that. I don't believe anything's leaked. What's this? Water. That's all good. Nothing too fancy. That's all just spillages from where I sprayed brakes down. Right. Oh, come on, girl. What a sweet little engine. So there you go. Everything seems fine. That has gone down, but maybe it's actually feeding through properly now, but we'll see what happens. Again, I still can't see any leaks. Servo's got air pressure, all good. So who knows? I might give it a go around the block and see what it's saying. Right, I'd say I've done all the necessary checkity checks, and this seems bloody lovely. So have a little ride with me, mate. We've got some speed bumps to attack. I've just done loads, and everything's, yeah, brakes feel great. Got to say, engine feels great. Doesn't feel like it's been sat for a few days at all. Wow, everyone's got so much more patience when you're driving an old car. Look at that. Cheers, dude. Thank you. Yeah, everything really does seem to be skippity boo. I mean, I am going to look at, oh no, it's this that's rattling, guys. Right then, maybe you're recording, maybe not. I'm going to check, because I'm not going to waste my breath saying stuff to no one again. I do it a lot, and I realise I haven't hit record. So, let's go on a little ride. We're at Winter Lakes, just had a quick little smokety pokety, and now I'm going to see if my mum and dad are in, because I can show them what I've done. That'll be nice. Lovely, lovely. So, the first real, yeah, headlights and all that work, it's all good. But yeah, such a, when it's running, what a car. And it runs all the time. It's always been silly things, you know, things that have like moved or fell apart in this first few kind of weeks of owning her, him, her, she. But it's all been like really nice things to learn, and just things that would be nice to have in the back pocket of knowledge for when things go wrong. And so far, yeah, it's been just nice. But now it's really nice having brakes, gotta say. It's been a bit tetchy, but I really got used to it. I just thought, that's Morris brakes for you. Everyone complains about them, so maybe mine are just as bad as everyone else's. But no, definitely the brakes weren't in good nick. Now they are. It actually feels a bit better on the speed side of things now, because I don't think I've got any like constant grabbing of the handbrake and stuff. Go on, mate, off your pot. 100% electric when worlds collide. But hey, I have to use super petrol now, so I am a fancy boy. Using that E5, which is a conversation I'm yet to kind of bring up on the channel, and just how these cars will be phased out slowly. And we're getting away with far too much as far as like no tax, no MOTs, no clean air charges, all that. They've got a sting in their pocket, and it is disguised in climate change like everything else. But we can enjoy it while we can, can't we? Which is kind of one of the reasons why I even bought this, because I'm quite aware, I mean, I've just turned 30, so I'm a 90s boy, and I know there's quite a good scene for like young drivers of classic cars, and fair play, but I've only been able to do this because I got it for such a weirdly cheap price. I'm still a bit concerned, but it was an option that I could actually take on, and also I think I'm one of the last generations who are going to have a proper pop at driving these on a daily basis and as like a non-ironic car until they are like expelled to the classic car shows and just all the fancy, like you probably have to transport them there on a trailer, won't you? An electric one. But I think the days are numbered, even if it's the next 10 years, but let's just keep our eye on Agenda 30. And if we're still driving cars from the fucking 60s and 30s and even earlier by then, I'll be amazed. But you know, I might eat my words. I hope I do. I don't know if I can make that corner, mate. Try. What a dickhead. Cheers, you dumb bitch. So there you go. I mean, you don't get any more respect on the roads from other cars. Oh, you just live there. What was the rush, you stupid cow? I don't know if you can notice how small this car is too. Like, it doesn't feel small. I'm 6'3", and I've got more room in here than I did in the KA, definitely. And definitely more room than in a Volkswagen T5 and a T6. Like, my knee would be hitting the keys, everything's in the way. And yeah, I can't even adjust this chair. There are adjustments to this seat, which I'll show you, which are pretty funny. But no, there's it's literally just a seat on a pivot hinge, and that's it. Alright go. Screams off at the lights, it's really good. Show me parents what I've done.